someone is asking you in your daughter's school, so what do you want to change?
Something which is I am thinking that the more activity which where they can perform themselves in the stage, that should be more, and every child should be given this opportunity. It should not be like that only 5 students are good, so they should get the chance every time. That is the thing in every school. I think this should be implemented.
Yeah,
Good morning, very good morning.
how are you?
Yeah, I am exceptionally well, thanks for asking. What about you?
I am also doing excellent. And how has your morning?
Yeah, it's been great. Nothing new, but yeah, everything was okay. You seems very fresh.
Yeah, actually, I went to school reason.
Yeah, you have on sari. That's why I asked.
Just I came back from school.
Any special occasion?
No, there is no any special occasion. Just one meeting came from outside, from NGO side. They want to know about parents' view. They what they want to change. And yeah,
Okay, so it was a PTM, a kind of PTM, but not related to this, but it is kind of workshop, a kind of workshop where they were looking for your point of view.
yes, 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 right.
Okay. Was it interesting?
Yeah, it was really very interesting because there are 10 to 15 parents. Uh, each class only one parent chosen by teacher. So we are just 12 student, 12 parents, and team are also 12. So they can interact one by one, and everyone can put their own point, what they like in the school and what they want to do in future. So yeah.
Okay, great. It's great. Anything, I think. So, is it happened first time?
Actually, already one time kept in the meeting in the school, but at that time I was in the Chandigarh, so at that time I was not able to attend the meeting. So this time my first time, yeah.
Okay, you couldn't make it. Yeah, it's good. I think it's a good initiative because you are having one-on-one conversation. That is a big deal. Because normally we can give our opinion in a few minutes, few seconds, but if you are having a one-on-one conversation and if you are free to give your thought, that is the more important. Whether they are going to implement or not, that is another thing. But at least you can put your thought forward that these are the things which I am liking or disliking, and this is a good thing. So I think you must be a very attentive parent. That's why they have chosen you.
Yeah, maybe.
Uh-huh.
That's the reason they choose me. Yeah, I can say I really very attentive towards my kid.
Yeah, actually, being a parent, we want each and everything from the school. But when most of the time, when it's come to our cooperation, any kind of things, so we feel okay, school, bacha hai, kids will be able to do this. That time we are not able to put that much effort which are required from our side. But when it's come to say anything about the school, that these are the drawbacks, we are ready to say. So I think this is the good approach they have taken, and maybe they will take the initiative to implement them. That is the more important.
Yes, yes, you are absolutely right. And you know what happened, ma'am? I think even I am not only very attentive parent. There are so many parents who really very attentive. But what happened? Some of parents, they I can say they express their thought in front of the school or school team, right? And like principal, chairman, sir, some of the parents want to discuss, but some of the parents just talking each other. They don't want to discuss. They don't want to interact with them. That's the reason.
Yeah, I think, if we will not, I think this is the thing every kids learn from ourselves. If we talk about something and if we feel there is a problem, we feel like that there is a problem, we must talk. Any
Yes.
platform, is it a principal room, is it a PTM, we should at least keep our concern in front of the teacher. And what will happen if the five parents will keep the same concern in front of the teacher, they will definitely take it that it's a serious concern. But if you keep on chatting in the WhatsApp group and saying yeah ye ma'am aise karti hai, ye ma'am aise karti hai,
मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम ऐसे ही होता है कि आपस में फ्रेंड सर्कल में बहुत चलती हैं बातें, ये ऐसे करती, वो ऐसे करती, ऐसा करना चाहिए, वैसा करना चाहिए। बट टीचर से इंटरेक्ट होने में और कह सकती हूँ जैसे कि टीचर हो गए इंचार्ज हो गए, उनसे कहने में सम टाइम पेरेंट्स आई डोंट नो हेजिटेशन फील करते हैं या फिर बोलना ही नहीं चाहते हैं, क्या प्रॉब्लम होती है?
There are two things. Those who are not that good in the conversation, maybe that is the concern. They are not able to put their thought. But I have seen many parents, those who are not good at communication, but they know how to ask question and what is the right time to put the question. Being a parent, that is more important. If we are not good at communication, it doesn't mean we can't ask the question. So that is the first thing. That is the confidence, lack of confidence. And second time, we don't least bother. Okay, or if I say this thing, what will the opinion of teacher? Would they will punish my kids in a different way? That is the main concern, I think.
Right. This is a very exact point. You know, one day I asked some parents, you have to also speak because your kids also study in the same class. So until and unless we haven't raised our hands, so how can the teacher understand our problem? So they reply, if I said to something teacher, so they punish my kid. They misbehave with my kid. Man, I said to him, no, it's not. It is your opinion. It is your choice. Every teacher, even some teachers want if they give feedback, so I can improve my mistake or my area.
Yes, yes. And you know, if we keep,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, actually, I feel say it this way, na? And if our kids are watching us, they think that mama talk about this problem so much. When it's come to talk, most of the time I have observed my daughter always say, "Mama, please talk to my ma'am about this." So I always convince her first. You take action. You tell your problem if there any problem, and if you don't feel like that, if you find that whatever I'm telling ma'am is not taking it that serious, then definitely I will talk. And it's happened because you know my daughter is very creative, and most of the time as a parent we focus on the maths and English, 2 3 subjects, and we hardly pay attention toward the art. We say okay, art hai bacha, kids will be able to do by itself. Then she says, mama, there is nothing in my art class, only teacher comes and he gave only any painting and he always says that draw it and do it by yourself. Then I asked ma'am, you know, I think art teacher should be quite young, or maybe if he is not young then he should be that much energetic, because art is not subject which everybody is taking interest. It should be in an interesting way. Then
Yes.
she said, ma'am, nobody has complained me and nobody even has talked about the art subject. So you, the point you have raised, definitely we will try to do something on that. We can't change the teacher immediately. I said, I am not telling to change the teacher. The way of teaching could be better, so that the kids who will take more interest. Art is not all about rubbing and gripping. This is the place where you can express your thought.
Yes.
Yeah, what you want to really say. And in most of the cases it's happened, those kids who are very shy, they can't say anything, they have drawn something which has their own, like they are speaking something, they are trying to speak which they can't speak in front of other. So this is a medium to express. Then she said definitely. And I have been observing, experiencing little bit change, not that much, because it's not easy to change the teacher in a second way. And still I'm this meeting I'm going to talk about this concern. So it's our responsibility. If we don't feel like that something is going wrong, we should take, at least we should put our thought. Rest is, if they are implementing, it's okay. It's
Yeah,
their concern. It's
you
their
are
concern.
right. You know, ma'am, I'm also not consider myself. I am able to express my thought very well manner, but I try. If I don't try, so how can I learn?
Yes, yes. So what was the thoughts you put there? Was there any improvement? You said that these are the things where we required improvement, area of improvement. Were there any point discussed?
Actually, when my turn, so someone asked me, why do you choose this school? Why did you choose this school? Then I replied them because before took admission, I searched which my area near to my home, because at that time my kid was very young, in the at 3 years old. So I replied them, first of all, I checked 2 or 3 schools which I want to took admission. So I feel this one is better because, you know, first of all, attraction is behavior. As like we entered the school, and if first of all we interact with the guard, right? We interact with the receptionist, ma'am. Then we go enter. So when I entered, I feel very by manner, very good. And at that time, when I talk with them, so I feel really very good. If in this school, guard very well mannered talk and principal way of talking too much good, so school staff must be good. Because first thing is, as per my observation, way of talking, how to respect whoever come to school are. So first impression is this. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
yeah. So I gave my this opinion. And second one, he asked me what things you like more in the school. So to my kid, from school gave one app, Freedom app, which
Okay.
provide, yeah, and one tab already provide. So they can they I think in a week 2 time they provide tab, and they give immediately story. Then you can listen, then you can put the questions, fill the
Okay.
fill the answer. So this activity is really very light. Because if our kid do this kind of activity, so they can able to face any exam. Because they feel more confident if they do every day, like quiz type, right?
Okay.
If they
It's
solve
great.
day 10 to 20 quiz from school side, so this is a more beneficial for kids.
Oh, very, very, matlab, I must say that impressive activity they are doing, because I believe being, or I would say kinder, you know, so if a boy, a girl who is very in a very small age and they are in developing stage, if they get this kind of activity, which are not that much studious, you don't need to write too much, you don't need to no, learn too much. So
I
when you are
think
learning,
we need to mug up. Hmm.
yeah, they don't need to mug up, and we don't need to pressurize, write it and complete 2-page homework or 3-page homework. I know that they are going to take interest because they are going to learn something by listening only, and they
Hmm.
would be curious to give the answer.
Yes.
I think from there they will get the tendency of asking more questions and being curious to give the answer of those questions. And when they find that they are able to give the answer of the question, a kind of confidence they generate themselves. That is a more important things, and they are not getting that much homework nowadays. It is not being given, homework is not given to the kindergarten school kids, but this activity is really, I think it's a very good approach. But one thing I just want to ask you, as you told about the behavior, you search for the school and you find the behavior of the staff was very good. So most of the time it has been observed, when you go for the admission, you find very good behavior everywhere it's happened. But have you seen this kind of behavior after the admission? Still you are observing the same behavior?
Yes, yes. I
Okay.
observe, and one thing is more better. If during online class, I think before 15 day ago, uh, there too much pollution, fulfill of
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah,
And
in Delhi there was.
in you are also from Delhi, right
Yeah,
now
I'm
you
from Delhi. I'm from Delhi.
Yeah, yeah. So, in between, I think 1 week, they take class online. So at that time, what happened? Teacher are not much attentive. I can say children are too much making noise in between class. So and one of new teacher, I don't know, she is new, but I don't know. So she is not able to handle student as required in the during class. Then I called principal ma'am. They immediately took action. And I literally tell you, इतनी स्मूथ चल रही थी क्लासेस कि मैं क्या ही बताऊं, इतना इंटरेस्ट लेके बच्चे पढ़ रहे थे, नो वन मेकिंग नॉइज, नो वन मैं ऐसा होता है ना क्लास में, मैं बताऊं ऐसा बच्चे करते हैं, छोटे बच्चे करते हैं।
Everybody was curious to give the answer.
हाँ, फोर्थ
Yeah.
फिफ्थ। बट इतना टीचर ने इतने वेल मैनर्स रखे, इतना कि बच्चा ये भी नहीं बोल सकता कि मैं बताऊं। आप अपने फोन में हैंड रेज करो, टीचर खुद
Yeah.
वन पूछे। मतलब इतना अच्छा डिसिप्लिन हो गया एक कॉल से कि
So,
जो चीज इतना सोच हो रही थी। तो इससे लगता है कि हमारा जो स्कूल स्टाफ है कितने अच्छे से और चीजों को जल्दी से ऑर्गेनाइज कर लेता है कभी भी अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम हो रही हो।
yeah, and it is very commendable if they took the action immediately. It means they are concerned about the parents' feedback. So
Yes,
this is the feedback which parents should also get. If you are facing any kind of problem, rather than only saying, okay, school bekar hai, the problem are there. So the problems are everywhere. If you say and if you are taking action, that is a good thing. Every teacher is not that much educated. Education a different thing, but handling tiny thoughts is a quite challenging task, and learning them and making them disciplined children, that is a more challenging task in a very early stage.
Online,
Yeah,
especially for
it's not online because online there is something, they are at home and they are having pampering, everything they are getting. So this is a very quite a good thing. And one thing, as you told, that the behavior matter a lot, and you have gotten the same behavior after admission also. It means your observation was right, that if the staff will be well behaved, they will say so the same behavior in front of my kids, and the same thing my kids will learn. That is the one thing. Most of the same we have seen, guard is not behaving properly. They are not giving even the reply in a very rude tone most of the time. And
even also.
receptionists are least bothered. Once you get enrolled, once you get your child enrolled, they would be least bothered to listen anything. The way that they would handle, and if you are not appropriate in attire, and if you are not good at spoken English, definitely they are going to ignore you. It's happened, and I have observed such kind of thing. So really good school your kids are studying.
Yeah, I also observe. One of school I thought I should took admission that school, but when I interact with the one or two teacher, so I thought, what my kids learn from there. If they are not speaking very well manners, so what learn my kid from there and their environment. That's why I reject that school.
And if I talk about myself, my experience was also the same. My daughter is right now 5th in class. Earlier, I enrolled her in a very kinder school. This was very nice. Then I enrolled in a different school. Everything was quite okay. She was quite active over there. She was learning. But the English portion, that was quite missing. The way of speaking of the teacher was not appropriate. The pronunciation issue was there. So I don't want her to face which I am facing. But we are struggling a lot in terms of pronunciation.
And this is the same thinking in my mind. I thought whatever I am facing, and still I am facing. So I thought my son never face like this kind of activity, because in coming generation, people are really very advanced, still
Yeah.
advanced, but coming day by day, people really very advanced. So that's the I always thinking about my son. Whatever
Yeah.
I am facing, they
And no parents want whatever problems we have faced, we should want to pass these problems to our kids. Every parent wants to give them the better atmosphere. In my case, I just took her in enrolled her in a different school. The school was quite okay, and it was a good school of New Delhi. But the thing was that the strength was quite big. Like 50 students were in a class. So I have been and this time was Corona time. The online classes were going on. I had been observing that she's not taking that much interest. She used to be very active kids, but as she saw that teachers is not giving the attention towards her, everybody is attention seeker. If you will not get attention, so you said, "Oh, ma'am is not paying attention. Why should I be bothered?" Then I feel though it's not a good thing. Then I enrolled again in a school, and the strength is 22. The school is not very good in terms of name, it is not that much popular, but if I talk about the education, it is also in a normal way. But the thing is that every teacher know each and everything related to my child. I can connect to teacher anytime. If I have any problem, I can connect them, and they know each and everything about my kid. Even those who are in the 10th and 12th, teacher are aware. If you ask about any kind of fever, they will immediately give you. And if there is 50 and 60, I have seen, they even don't know who is your child. There is a very prominent school in my school in Vidya Bal Bharti. If you ask them now, only 10 or 15 kids who are very good at their communication and everything, they would know about them. If you ask about your child, if he's not that good at study, they will say, okay, I will give you in the PTM the feedback. I'm not recalling your kid right now. So this is more disappointing situation if your teacher is not knowing your kid. So if I talk about this school, the thing, she's getting some activities, she's getting chance, and she's getting such kind of thing. Yeah, in longer term is going to be not that good, because ultimately she has to face the challenges, the crowd oversight. But the by time, I think she would be that much confident person, so she would be able to handle, because in this age they are having very tender mindset. They're very innocent. Each and every comment bother them. So if their foundation would be strong, they would get the right approach, and they would get the right, what would say, direction. So definitely in the future, if their foundation would be strong, they would be able to compete any kind of situation. So this was the my motto, and I am quite happy. Though it is not a big name, but still I am happy with it.
Yeah, you are absolutely right, ma'am. If we putting any big school, but they are not know our kids, and they are not know everything what they actual want, so it doesn't, I think, benefit for us.
Yeah, initially the school,
This
yeah.
is last question because almost 21 minutes passed. So this is my last question. If someone is asking you in your daughter's school, so what do you want to change?
Something which is I am thinking that the more activity which where they can perform themselves in the stage, that should be more, and every child should be given this opportunity. It should not be like that only 5 students are good, so they should get the chance every time. That is the thing in every school. I think this should be implemented.
Yes, yes.
There should always be a day where they are only forced to present themselves
Hmm.
to come
But
out
you,
from
what
their comfort
happened?
zone.
School just chosen that student that already involved that function.
Yeah, it's totally okay. If you are going for function, totally okay. If there is an international competition, I can understand it is a prestige issue. It is okay. But within a school, if you will not groom your student, who would groom? So there should be one day, I think in a week, that they can outcome their performance, and they can eradicate what kind of fear they are having. Public speaking, face the audience, so they can create an atmosphere within the class. But for the competition, they find okay, these are the 5 people, they can get the award. Ultimately, everybody wants to give award. Then it's okay. It's totally okay. And if I would be there, I would do the same thing. But within a school, they should give a such kind of atmosphere, because bookish knowledge is going to help you in a certain way. Ultimately, you have to face the audience, you have to face client presentations. So if we'll get such kind of atmosphere in a very beginning, it's going to help them. They don't need to take personality development class, which is
Hmm.
very common nowadays.
Yes, yeah. It is really very lovely answer. Thank you so much for ma'am connecting with me.
Yeah, pleasure
And
is
I
all
really
mine.
passion and I learned something new from you. Yeah.
We all
Thank
are learner. We all are learner. Every day we learn. Okay, nice talking to you. Bye.
Okay, bye.